Alrighty, we are back, and sadly, Ninkazi did not show up, so he is going to he will forfeit his first set at least. He will have another chance to actually show up once this series is over. But for the time being, he did forfeit that set. We will be going into our winners matches. It's going to be Roxas versus Stark at ZVZ. Hype. Inferno Pools is going to be our map. It's not surprising we end up with the ZVZ with two EU players. Jacobus, no. But we're going to get into our next series here shortly, once our players are ready. They are indeed ready, so the countdown should begin here in just a second. There it is. Countdown on the way. And sad story, but that's the way things go here. The Jumbo Star League. We're not going to let you sit around. We're not going to let you make us sit around for an extended period of time. So 10 minutes was a walkover time. Players didn't know that well in advance that was going to be the case. And, well, we'll have to see if he shows up. If he wakes up, I'm assuming he's asleep. It's really early for him on the West Coast. Cause it's
Oh yeah, I suppose it isn't it. What time would it be? Like
it's noon. It's almost noon right now, so it's super early for him. The BM is. It doesn't matter. We are in game, and spawning here in the top right of Inferno Pools in pink from Team Unrivaled. It's our Zerg player. It's Roxas.
And from Team All Inspiration in yellow, the best Zerg color, it is Stark. This game has a bit of hype behind it, I think.
Bit of hype. Yeah, it's two EU players, so two very good EU players at that. Roxas he's a pretty powerful player on Unrivaled. No surprise. He got first in his group, in Group F in the round of 32. Stark got second, and he actually did lose his EVZ doing that. So would not be surprising. Stark maybe a little uncomfortable in ZVZ, but this is an interesting map for ZVZ, especially with these spawns. Anything early is going to show up at your opponent's doorstep in a heartbeat. Would not be surprised to see early gases from both players to kind of be able to make sure they have either speed really quickly or even defensive roaches very quickly. And of course, to say that Stark throwing out a gas here to start us off here on was it 14? It was a 14 gas. Pool will be coming down, I assume, relatively quickly as well. So it is going to be a really quick speed here out of Stark to see what it's going to be on the other side of the map. Actually, Roxas he's feeling pretty comfortable and confident. And this is a four-player map, so he's going to go for a hatch first, despite this really impossible to hold ramp here.
Yeah, it was actually quite a surprise. I was expecting an early pull from Roxas. He's going into gas straight after that as well, not sneaking in any extra drones. So you should see a pull come down any second now as well. Stark is just gas pull, no hatch in sight for him. He's going to look to do damage early in this game. It's going to be tough to hold for Roxas.
Yeah, he is getting his own gas up. That's nice. Stark does have 100 gas now. Is he going to pull out, or is he just going to go for a Bane? I mean, he hasn't gone down to take his natural, so I'm guessing he's going to go for Banes to help follows up as well. So this is kind of a little bit of a later Ling Bane all in sort of thing, since he did wait until 14 and 13 to get the gas and pull respectively. You see a lot of 13-12s was pretty common, but it is going to mean he's going to have a little bit more on the mineral count, and he's already got a queen on the way. He had that queen on the way pretty much instantly, so with a 13-12 it takes a little bit more time to get a queen out, but 4 Lings already on the map. He's got 2 more on the way here in just a second. Another 2 going to be popping, another 2 after that. So it's a lot of Lings already, and this is seen by Roxas, so he knows what he's facing here. He's got a Spinecrawler on the way up on the high grounds. He's got his own queen on the way, but still, he's going to have to contend with Banelings, and he's going to have to figure out that he's going to be contending with Banelings. He doesn't necessarily know that just yet, but he should probably be able to sniff that out. Well, you're not muted, by the way, Ambrosia. Anyway.
Lings. 6 Lings in here for Stark. He already gets 1 kill on this. No Bailey Nest. Roxas deciding to go speed to try and defend this. Which might have been a mistake, I think. I think he wants that Bailey Nest.
Stark he's attacking this now. I mean, he's not waiting for the Banes right now. He's cleared up a lot of the Lings, actually, just with his superior numbers. And with speed finishing up, he's going to be able to micro against these slow Lings really, really nicely. He can micro back his hurtlings a little bit better. In fact, even with just Lings, he hasn't made any Banes yet. He's got 2 in production in the kind of the center of the map right now. But those aren't actually helping right now. But it does mean Starks he's just freely going to town on this natural base here. And once he does have Banelings finished up and rolling across, which Roxas could see with his Overload right now, he does know it's going to be a possibility. Where is the Queen? He's got one Queen, he's got a second Queen about to pop out. He's got that Queen in a really nice position as well. Stark has not yet taken a natural or anything either. He's going to actually lose some Lings to the Broodlings, which is kind of sad for him. But still, 2 Banes here. Speed is going to be finishing up here for Roxas. It's going to be kind of to tell if he's going to be able to defend this or not with that.
Yeah, he's got Queens in good position. He's got a Spine Crawler. Just a lot of Banelings. That's the tough part. How is he going to be able to fight these Banelings?
Yeah, it's a ton of Banes.
Really good micro.
Decent connection there. He knocks down a lot of the health on those drones, but doesn't really kill many of them. He only kills 2 of them, but he's got all of these Banes left over now, and he's going to be rolling into the drone line once again. See what kind of kills he can get. Good control here from Roxas, but now he's going to lose absolutely everything. There's not really anything left over right now. He's knocked down to 12 supply, and Stark is just continuing to make Lings and roll and push them across the map. The Queen looking like it's going to go down as well. It does barely die, and the last drone dies as well, so there's nothing left for Roxas. He's going to call GG here in game number 1, so prepared builds, man.
Yeah. He's blind hard countered Roxas, so he does like to go that 13-12 quite a lot. And he took a risk and went hatch first and paid the price.
Anyway, we're going to get into our second map here shortly. What is that going to be? I completely forgotten already. It's Catalina. That's what it is.
Yeah, Catalina. Map 3 Varney Station if we get there. We shall see. I don't think we'll see Roxas go hatch first again. I think probably see some pull first out of him. He took a chance on that 4-player map and
yeah. There's always that chance that he doesn't spawn close like that.
Yeah.
But
if he had a spawn cross positions, I think he completely fine to hold that. Everything's just that little bit longer delayed. Should be fine, but nevertheless, we're here.
Alright, just taking a screenshot of something. Yeah, so I mean, the CBZ is really volatile in the first place. It can be another interesting map to just how you open with, simply because it's a 3 spawn. You're not necessarily going to find your opponent immediately. It can be a little more difficult to scout out if you do happen to send your first Overlord in the wrong direction. But see how Roxas handles game number 2 here. Once we do get this started, both players are ready, but Stark needed a moment. So we will be starting, I assume, essentially soon. Just a quick note. This is Chobo Star League. I am TBM. With me is Couchy, of course. We do have a few coaches that are going to be helping out as sponsors, I suppose you could say. Offering up an hour of their time as donation for the top finisher of their respective races. We have, for the Zergs, we have Tang from All Inspiration. Protoss, we got Gemini from Integrity Gaming, and then from Exile 5 for the Terran, we have Run Amok. You can find all their information, all their stream information, their website information, etc., the Twitter, below the video player here on the Twitch page. So do go check them out, do give them a follow, do give them some thanks for donating their time eventually to this tournament. I mean, this is a completely amateur tournament with no legitimate prize pool, which you can donate to yourself if you'd like to. You can PayPal choboteamleague@gmail.com if you really want to donate to the prize pool, but it's not a huge deal. But now that I have stalled for a long enough time, we are into our next game. On Catalina, spawning here in the top right, in yellow from All Inspiration. Needs one more game to get himself into the quarterfinals. It is Stark.
And in the bottom right-hand side of Catalina, from Team Unrivaled in pink, it is Roxas. Sends his Overlord the correct way. First up, we'll get the scout off a little bit faster. Always a nice little bonus.
This build's gonna happen.
He's
He's
got a
9
9
pull
for
Stark,
swarm.
isn't he? Yep.
Yeah.
He's gonna do the 9 pull. Is he gonna do the 9 pull swarm host to us? That's kind of the question I have. I don't know. Maybe. Surely. It is All Inspiration.
Yeah.
It's All Inspiration. It's a Zerg player, and he's doing a 9 pull. It's almost guaranteed.
Shimmer's one base swarm host.
Yeah. So we'll have to see if he is going to go for that. I mean, with this quick scout from Roxas, I guess you can prepare for it decently well, and he probably won't go for a hatch first again in this game, but it's one of those things. Well, he's not. He's going for a gas first, so it looks like he's actually going to be doing the 13-12 himself. So This will be
It's
an
going to probe.
interesting counter to the 9 pool, I guess.
Oh, I think this is good for Roxas, surely, because he's got that extra drone out.
Mm.
His pool's going to be a little bit delayed, but like he should be able to defend well enough with some drones until he gets Lings out, and he'll have Ling speed and Bailings. I think he should be fine. Just defending these first few Lings, and he's going to have plenty of notice because his Overlord did go the right way first. We'll see the lack of hatchery, and should be good to go. And Stark will have no idea that it is
Yeah.
this early pool until those Lings rock up.
I'm curious if Stark will like maybe even pull some drones, but it doesn't seem to be the case. He's making a queen behind this. He hasn't gotten any gas at all just yet, so he's just gonna be a straight 9 pool here. He could try and get out of this. Maybe once he gets in and sees what he sees. I mean, he sees that this is a gas first build out of Roxas, and the pool was quick as it was. We have speed on the way here for our Pink Zerg player, and if Stark gets in here and he's going to be hard countered pretty well right now. He may just pull out immediately and go back home and try to defend the best he can because his Roxas is going to have a massive advantage going into this game. And you can see Stark already pulling back. I think he was sending a drone out to make a hatchery, but he completely abandoned that plan.
Yeah.
Stark did not get in and actually see that there was gas. He didn't see that the bailiness is on the way either. So he's going to have to kind of figure that out and hopefully make a spine collar. One spine does go down here for Stark. But I'm not sure if that's necessarily going to be enough. It's going to be the same situation as the first game, just flipped a little bit because Roxas is going to have Banelings. And if Stark doesn't control perfectly, he's not going to have much to really defend against this. He is making another queen. He's injecting as best as he can, but there's already a good handful of Lings out here for Roxas. He's making more and more. He's got the Baneliness just about to finish up and Speed just about to finish up as well. So this is going to get dicey for both players, really.
Yeah, Roxas is just flooding Lings now. No drones behind this at all. Stark trying to squeeze in a few drones. Has quite a number of Lings up the top of this ramp, but no speed and no Baneling Nest. So he's still a bit of a world of hurt, I
Stark
think.
does he sees the Banlings now with an Overlord out there, so he knows he's playing against that. He does have 2 queens, so he could try and wall off that ramp with those queens if he's able to get them down there. But queens are slow. I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to get there in time. The Lings are already here. He's trying to get the queens down. They're just not quite able to. The queens do focus down the 2 Banelings, so there's no Banes left. One queen is at very low health, 31 health on that queen. Now Roxas is in a weird position where he's got to find a way up into the main base. Hopefully, maybe he's wanting to snipe off this queen. It looks like exactly what he's trying to do. He's going to get this queen here quickly. He's going to go for some drones as well. Where did the spine crawler go? Did he cancel the spine he had been making? I'm not sure why he did that, because now he doesn't have anything to really defend against. There's a lot of queen. There's one queen here, but there's a lot of Lings for both players. I'm waiting for, are there any Banelings in production anywhere right now? There aren't. It's a lot of Lings out for Stark right now.
Yeah. The problem is it's gonna be hard for him to counterattack because Roxas just makes a few Banelings and he's good to go. And Roxas has a drone lead. He's got an 8 drone lead. No queens from Stark either. That's the big key here. No he injects for quite a while.
Yeah.
Roxas has 2 Banelings. Yeah,
Two
back
Banelings on
home
the high
already.
ground even. He's gonna be able to make some more once he gets the gas. He's got gas for and one more Baneling. There's a lot. There's a big Ling advantage number here for Stark, but the Banes are a huge deal. It's gonna be so hard for Stark to actually push up into this. He's gonna try and attack some of these Lings as best as he can, but if he goes into this blindly and gets absolutely caught with his pants down on these Banes, which he sees them now, so he's gonna try and micro around this. His speed finishes up at basically the best time ever for him. But
Yeah.
still, it's so hard for him to actually get on top of these Banes and do any damage to them. He is maybe going to catch one of them, but he's still losing so many Lings. And as you said, not having the Queen to help reinforce and help inject back home. He did finish one up, but it was a good amount of time where we didn't have a Queen actually doing anything. But 7 Banes in production right now here for Stark. This Roxas, he does see those, so he knows that's going to be a thing relatively soon here.
Yeah, starts Lings of his own. Pretty good connection there. Pretty decent trade. No Banelings at all for Roxas left though.
He does
He
have a
has his
Spine Crawler and a
Crawler,
Queen, though,
yeah.
so he should be okay. Oh gosh, he didn't pull back at all. He doesn't lose many drones. Only 2 drones go down. There's only a couple of Lings left over for Stark right now. He's got 12 in production. The natural hatchery is started here for Roxas, and that means that Stark is probably going to continue this pressure, continue making as many Lings as he can, because he hasn't made any more drones for a long time. And he's just
Yeah.
making nothing but Lings right now. He's going to have to find a way to win this game with this current situation, because he's so far behind in the macro right now. The spine color does move for Roxas, so he's even stronger on this high ground. It's going to be so hard for Stark to break this. He's got some Banes somewhere being created. There they are, over near the third base. But Roxas isn't going to let this happen. He's seeing everything as best as he can. He doesn't want his opponent to get in a good position. I mean, Bane's going to roll in here and defend this natural base as well. But if he does lose all these Banes, that means the follow-up, which really isn't any follow-up from Stark. Did he stop making... Okay, he started making drones now, but as I said, everything is just so far behind right now for our Yellow Zerg.
He's lifting the spine crawl at probably the worst time, but he should have enough here just to defend.
Yeah, he's gonna have enough to defend, and actually he doesn't lose many drones. He loses 3 more drones there. It does even up the worker count, which is nice for Stark. And Stark has been picking away at this natural base. He's gonna have to get out with the few lings that he does have left over and go back home. And he still has not been able to take his own natural, however. And he's making drones. He's got 4 that just popped, but with no actual natural hatchery down, and with 2 queens here, 4 Roxas injecting. Eventually, Roxas is just gonna overrun his opponent with units.
Yeah. He might have a drone lead at the moment, but the second hat just started. Roxas is about to have 4 queens. He's going to have enough to block the ramp and inject at the same time. The hatch is only just starting now for Stark, which Roxas sees with his Overlord as well. Still hasn't been pushed away. He'd feel in a pretty comfortable position. Just really has to defend, and that's it. Which he's doing quite well. Pretty decent army supply lead. Loses a lot of lings there. Pretty good trade, but it's just not enough, I think, really, to overturn this situation.
Stark, I mean, he does have that drone lane that's nice, but he still has to make units to defend for a long time. He's trading pretty well with the few Banes he does have, which is nice. But still, there's a lot of Banes back home for Rox right now. He's got 5. He's got those Queens you spoke of. Those are going to be able to defend just fine. Stark doesn't have any more Banes right now, and he's going to be caught out with nothing to actually deal with the Banes of his opponent here. I mean, he's going to try to pick off queens where he can. He's going to get one of them at least, which is nice. He may get the second one, but he doesn't really want to walk up that ramp into a bunch of Banes. So Roxas and both players really are going to try and get into a situation a little bit later into this game. And that drone count is still even. But again, the Queens is quite a big deal right now. And there's so many drones. 8 drones in production right now for Roxas. It's going to instantly take a lead.
Yeah. You can feel free to drone up for quite a while as well. Has these defensive banelings just in case. There's pretty good overlord coverage as well. We'll see anything popping out. So, I'm a big fan of Rock's position. Going up to 4 gas. Getting upgrades 4 missile attacks. No Rotron started yet, or Lair. Not quite enough gas for that yet, but should see it come down relatively soon. Stark does start his Rotron of his own, but no upgrades at all.
Stark has 7 lings, but they're all out front. It was a pretty big round of lings that have been made right now for Roxas that are about to pop out, so he might use those to try and do a little bit of harassment into the natural base. And if there's nothing back home in terms of lings or Banes, I mean, really, where are the lings of Stark? I think one of them just went down, but I don't see any of the other ones. I don't know where they went, actually. I think they're all just spread around.
They died to a Baneling. A single Baneling came down and killed 5 of them out the front of the natural.
Yeah. So Ling's gonna roll. Yeah, that's bad. Great. That's no good for Stark right now. He's got a couple roaches about to pop out, but he's gonna start losing a few units. He's gonna lose the queen here in the natural, which is a pretty big deal. The roaches will be able to clean this up, but Stark is gonna lose a few drones, which at this point of the game is a pretty huge issue for him. I mean, he's already down 11 workers, and he's lost 8. It's gonna be 9. Is this gonna be 8? He does lose one of his queens as well, which is another big issue. He's trying to drone up behind this, but his opponent he's fully saturated on what he wants to have. He's got 4 gases. He's even going to Spire? No, he's just making roaches. He's going to be making roaches here relatively soon. As soon as these 6 overloads finish up, he's got 10 larvae right now that are going to all probably be roaches.
Yeah, a few lings around to cancel this would be third. I think Stark might even try and take this as a secret hatch. And drone does get away. Yeah, drone is off on a bit of an adventure. Oh, Ninja expand. There's only a way back into the game, really. You wouldn't be surprised to see Stark to see Roxas send out some lings to some random locations, which he's got him on a rally now. Realizes something's probably up.
It's one of those things. Yeah, you just have to realize what can actually kill me right now. And if it's gonna be a third hatchery that's hidden somewhere, I should probably go check for that. And you see one ling get split off, and he's gonna go find this here in about a second. So Roxas, he can send all those links over there and get that canceled. Stark's gonna have to cancel that immediately. There's no way he's gonna be able to hold that. Yeah, just goes ahead and cancels it. Gonna use that money elsewhere. There is an infestation pick coming down, which does frighten me quite a bit because
Is he just
Stark
going to
knows
try
he's
and
behind. He knows he's behind, so he's gonna go for Swarmhost.
yeah, just buy as much time as possible? Is he going to be able to stop the swell of roaches coming though? That's the thing.
Swarmhosts are pretty good, especially if he's on top of this natural ramp here. But that said, I mean, Roxas can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Besides that, beyond that, he can go for just a ton of mutas if he really wants. He can go up to Broodlord Corruptor pretty quickly, if that would be his follow up for that. And it's also has to be scattered out here at some point with Roxas. He has to figure out that he isn't going to be playing against Swarmhost. He doesn't know at all right now that Infestation Pit is down. He is making an Overseer, so he can get that into the main base if he wanted to, but it's still going to be a difficult task realizing that's coming. We had the first 4 Swarmhosts being created, and this frightens me.
Yeah. We might be in for a long one, which is always
It's
exciting. Shout out to
absolutely
1
awesome.
HP, the Storm
Yeah,
host
yeah. Well, that
himself.
was in the qualifiers in the EU qualifiers. Stark and 1HP played a match that lasted for 55 minutes because Stark got behind, so he made Swarm hosts, and then 1HP took a bad engagement, so he made Swarm hosts. I just kind of went from there and lasted for a really long time, and then the next 2 games were absolutely ridiculous. But another Queen gonna get caught out here, which is nice for Roxas, I suppose. But at some point, Stark's gonna have to take a third base. And dealing with the Lings and taking the third base is going to be a problem. But with the Swarm Host out now, he should be able to do that pretty soon. Unless he wants to just walk across the map with these Swarm Hosts. Or maybe even Nidus. That's a possibility. Is there a Nidus coming down yet? No, not yet. There's a pretty big dead space here in the main base. There's an Overlord nearby for Roxas, so you probably should be able to see an Overlord from Stark if that were going to be the case.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be Stark's idea just yet. And Roxas sees these Swarm Hosts now. There's actually a lot of bannings here for Roxas. He may just go directly into the Swarm Hosts. And he's going to roll in there right now. Actually, he's going to try and do just that. He's going to get right on top of those Swarm Hosts. He's going to kill
Oh,
most of them off.
that's very,
There's so
very
many
cool.
roaches. So many roaches. Yeah, Stark's going to tap
GG.
out there. Well played by Roxas, realizing exactly what he needed to do, which was rolling with a bunch of banlings when my opponent's not paying attention. So
Yeah.
that's what happened. So we are going to get into a third game, which is going to be on Vani. Yeah,
Varney
Vani.
research station. Good ZVZ there. A lot of back and forth micro. Roxas getting his revenge from the hatch first shenanigans in game 1. I like that we call hatch first just shenanigans. So we'll see what we see in game 2. Probably early pulls out of both guys. I don't think either will really want to risk a hatch first, even on Varney. I'd be very surprised to see that.
Yeah, this is another one of those maps where you think you can be safe by taking a quick hatchery because the map lends itself to that. But if your opponent decides not to do that, it sucks for you. But no, Stark Nikazi's not here yet. Love to see what these players decide to do. We've seen both of them try and cheese. It was an interesting game where I've seen it's weird. I've seen a lot of Stark ZVZs end up like that, where both players early pool and then it turns into a really long game. So maybe that'll happen again. Maybe he'll go for a different style of an early pool because so far Stark hasn't actually played a macro game yet. He's done nothing but early aggression. So I'm interested to see what he's got. I'm interested to see what he's got up planned for this match. And once again, he's dealing with the stats that he needs so hard.
We'll see if Stark can keep some of his queens alive for a little bit longer. Can utilize their abilities. That really is what hurt him. It just like it kept snowballing because he kept losing queens. Unfortunately, I never would have thought until I actually played Zerg that queens are so good.
Yeah, queens are a pretty good unit. It's kind of like an early medevac. Early medevacs are really good units in a Terran game. It's the same thing. Queens are so good. I can't remember what I was watching, but someone went mask. Oh, it was Stark versus not Stark. Pisosa versus Doohickey. He just made so many queens.
Yeah,
Oh, that happened. So I guess continue my thought. P. Sosa made a ton of queens versus Doohickey because he knew Doohickey was going to be making a War Prism with some Immortals, and that War Prism was vital to the success of the build that Doohickey was doing. So with a bunch of queens, P. Sosa was just able to handle what was thrown at him.
yeah, that was actually because like Doohickey is just that +1 zealot immortal in like 6 out of 7 of his PVZs or something like that. And Pitos just hard countered it. Just lots of queens. Smashed the warp prism, and it was like warping in at the exact time, so there was no warp in. It's kind of got real hard countered. We're ready this time though. We have a ZVZ. Roxas' Terran's actually pretty good. Like I don't think he can actually beat Stark with it, but it's easy a similar skill to Stark where he can play both races, definitely at a diamond level.
Yeah, Stark was he did play Terran all of last CTL season, but he did switch back to his original love, his original race of Zerg for this season. So he's working his way back up the ranks in the Zerg ladder at least. We're still waiting on that ladder update from Blizzard.
Yeah, we're gonna lose a few diamonds. These two probably, I would imagine.
Yeah, that is a good possibility. But we are in our last game here. This the winner of this will move on to the round of 8. We do have spawning in the bottom in yellow from All Inspiration. It's our Zerg player Stark.
And in the top from Unrivaled in the pink, it is Roxas.
Is this really happening?
Is
Is
he
this
actually gonna
literally
6-ball?
happening?
Surely not.
I cannot believe he's actually going to 6-pull right now. I mean, this this isn't a this is an interesting map to do it because of the pathing of these overlords. I mean,
Yeah.
he can hide these lings so easily. He can get around the left kind of path and then show up unannounced. And if he pulls drones with this as well, um,
Surely he pulls drones with it.
surely he pulls drones. You have to.
Yeah, because you're not gonna kill him just with lings, I think.
No, you can easily deal with this with just drones. So if he pulls drones, I'm not sure if he's gonna save up money to make a spine crawler even, or if he's just gonna use it to actually attack, which I mean that's gonna be enough. But this is a legitimate 6-pull in a diamond match. There we go. First 3 lings on the way. It's been
Roxas,
literally ages since I've done a 6-pull, so I don't really know what
he's
to
gone pull
expect
first,
exactly.
thankfully.
Is he making a
Uh,
gas? Is he gonna keep this guy? Oh, he's
nah,
waiting for more
it's
larva to pop up.
it's a
Yeah.
extractor trick, yeah.
He's doing a double extractor. One more larva to pop out, and he'll make another link, and he'll cancel both of these. So there they go. There he goes.
Away he
There's the
goes.
pull. Oh my gosh, when is this gonna get seen?
It won't be seen until it's on creep, surely.
Oh,
This
he's
is
actually.
why it's
Oh my
started.
gosh, this pathing. He's not gonna see it at all. The
Yeah.
pathing is because Stark he saw where that overlord was with his own overlord, so he knew what he was looking for. The R2 lings are probably gonna be seen. Actually, he's sitting this. He's sitting these last 2 lings in a different path.
Is this
This
on a
is.
normal?
Oh my gosh,
Uh,
Roxas is gonna have no idea. How? Oh gosh, this is gonna be interesting. I'll have to see how the micro is for both players. It's just gonna be rather intense. Queen should be on the way pretty quickly. There it is. Queen is on the way. No lings just yet from Roxas. He's got a natural on the way. He's got a gas on the way. Neither of which are going to help him right now. He does have 15 drones right now, which is a pretty hefty amount. But with Stark already here, depends on the micro, and this just showing up, and Roxas has got to be thinking, wait a second, this isn't just a 6-pull. This is a 6-pull. You have all your drones as well. He's just trying to delay, wait for his queen as best as he possibly can before he starts attacking. He's already lost 2 of his drones. A lot of them have already taken a lot of damage here. There's 4 lings about to pop out here for Roxas. Those do pop, and some of these drones are attacking. They do get a nice round on all of those lings, but I don't know. There's not much left right now. There's 9 drones left out and a queen against the 7 drones, and what is this, 6 lings, 9, 8 lings left over right now. Queen is
Really
doing
good
as
hold
much as it
position.
can. Good hold position, but is it not going to be
Not
enough?
enough.
I don't think. Is this actually going to be the way this goes down to get Stark
Wow.
into the round of 8? It is. Oh, the GG, the sour GG in quotes even. So that was, I cannot believe that worked.
Wow. There you
Start
go.
knowing the map. And you know the
Ballsy.
map. Holy crap, that's
Ballsy.
insane.
Yeah, good game for him. He's pulled out the cheese when he needs to, and it's worked.
That worked.
Realizing probably doesn't want to try and take Roxas in a
No.
standard game, and
That,
GG, well played.
that was insane.
Wow.
So Stark will move on to the round of 8. So congratulations to him. He's going to be our first player out of the round of 16 Group C. We're going to take a short bit of a break, and hopefully we'll either get into the losers match with Woogie versus Ninkazi, or Ninkazi will still not be here, and we'll be going directly into the final match with Roxas versus Woogie.